Hi guys, and welcome back to the Student Switchboard. In today's video I wanted to talk about deciding what course to do at university for the first time. When you're ready to finish school and head off potentially to university, it can be a bit of an overwhelming time. I think when we're younger, when we're in the kind of earlier years at school, we have this idea that by the time we're 17 or 18 and ready to head off to college or university or whatever it is that we're doing next, we'll have this really solid idea of what it is that we want to do with our lives, and we'll feel so grown up and so ready to take on the world. And in reality, it is very, very rarely like that. For some lucky people from the age of 10 or 11 or 12, they've known exactly what it is that they want to do, but these people are very few and far between. For most of us, when it comes time to decide what we're doing when we're leaving school, we don't really have a massively firm idea set in stone of what it is that we want to do. And that's completely normal, completely natural, and I think completely understandable considering the fact that when you're only 17, you don't have all that much life experience, you haven't really been out there in the working world or doing anything like that for all that long to give you a proper idea of what it is that you might actually like to do. So much as though it's very sensible to start thinking about that, when you're mid-teens, when you're choosing your subjects at school so that you've got the right subjects to get you into potential courses that you'd like to do, it's really hard. I am going to put my hands right up and say that when it came time for me to choose my course at UCAS first time around when I was 17, I was really overwhelmed by the whole thing because I genuinely didn't really know what it was that I wanted to do. I had loved school in terms of school work, as sad as that sounds. I had done quite well at school and I'd really enjoyed the whole process of it, but when it came time to leave, I really didn't know the direction that I wanted to go in. So I did the only thing that I could do, and I applied for courses that were tied into the subjects that I really enjoyed at school. I applied for various film, television and theatre studies courses which were tied into the drama and English subjects that I really liked, and I also applied for some science-based courses, genetics and biology courses which were tied into the sciences that I liked. So as you can see, that's quite a wide variety of subjects, going from, I think there was a forensic course that I applied for, to film and TV, so a very widespread number of courses. This just reflected the fact that I had a wide variety of interests and so could probably quite happily have gone on to study any one of them, but there wasn't really necessarily one that stood out as exactly what it was that I wanted to do with my life. I'm so glad that I pursued film and television and went on to do that degree because it was incredible and I had the best time. But I just wanted to kind of point out that if you are at the point at the moment where you're starting to have a think about what you're going to do next, don't stress if you don't know exactly what it is that you want to do. Most of us don't, and most of us are kind of floundering at this point. So just go with your heart, go with your gut instinct in terms of subjects that you feel passionate about. I think one of the dangers when it comes to choosing what you're going to do at university when you don't have a strong feeling of what you wanted to do is that we can then be influenced by our friends and our peers. If you've had an enjoyable time at high school and you have a good group of friends who you're really close to and you're not entirely sure what it is that you want to do next, there can be a temptation there to kind of just follow the crowd. So if a couple of your very best friends happen to both be interested in one subject and they're going off to university to study that, it can be tempting to just go, oh, I don't really want to be left out, I don't want to be away from them, I'll miss them, they're both going to this university, they're both going to study this course, they'll be together, they'll make a whole new group of friends. And that kind of peer pressure, even if it's not been put on deliberately by them, even if they haven't said to you, please come and study this with us, if they're just talking excitedly about it amongst themselves, you can feel this kind of pull to think, oh, maybe that's what I should be doing too. When I was leaving high school, a couple of my best friends happened to both have applied for the same course at the same university, which not only was a different course to me, but was a different university to me, and initially that did make me feel a little bit uneasy. It actually ended up being the best thing that could potentially have happened because I went off to a different university with a friend from school who happens to be Emma, who became my very best friend in the whole world, and we made an incredible new group of friends, and it just was the best thing that I could have done. But having had that feeling, I know how tempting it can be sometimes to just think, I don't want to be left out, I don't want to be the one that isn't involved anymore, I don't want to lose touch with these friends, so maybe I should just do it. Now first things first, if these people are your best friends and they are people who you're really close to and they're not just kind of high school friends who you'll naturally drift from, if they are genuine lifelong friends, it doesn't matter what university you're at, it doesn't matter what country you're living in, they're going to be in your lives forever. I can testify to that. I have a group of friends who I knew at school. We all went off to different unis, we all went off to do different courses. Some of them went to do years abroad and all that kind of thing, and we are still all in touch to this day. So don't worry that just because you're going in a different direction in terms of university that it means that you're not going to be in touch anymore, because that's not the case. Just make sure that you're dropping them a text, dropping them a WhatsApp message, something like that every now and then to keep that contact going. And then when you do see each other again on summer breaks or Christmas breaks or whatever, it will literally be just picking up where you left off. It will not feel like any time has passed. So just because you're going in different directions doesn't necessarily mean that your friendship is over. So just try not to let that kind of peer pressure influence your decision. Deciding what to do at university is a really big decision, and what you might end up deciding is that going to university isn't for you at all, and that is absolutely fine. University is not for everybody. This is a decision that only you can make. Your parents can't make it for you, your teachers can't make it for you, and your friends definitely can't make it for you, so it has to be something that comes from you. Think about subjects at school that you felt passionate about, think about the classes that you've really enjoyed. Once you've started to kind of figure that out, it will give you an idea of what course might be right for you. Take your time, don't rush into a decision. It's a big decision, it can be a very expensive decision, so do take your time to think about it. Just always keep in mind that the courses that are right for your friends are not necessarily the courses that are right for you. If they're meant to stay in your lives for the long haul, you will stay in touch with them whether you're at the same uni or not. So do not fret about that, and don't allow that to enter into your head when you're making such a big decision. So I think that's all for today. This is just a quick chat because this was something that had come into my head the other day and I was giving it some thought. So I thought that I would make this video today. I really hope that you're all doing well, and I hope that this video was useful for you. If you find it useful, please give it a thumbs up, and you can share it on Twitter or Facebook or whatever with your friends. I would really appreciate that. And if you have any other ideas for videos that you think would be useful, please leave them in the comment section down below. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you're having a lovely week, and I'll speak to you again soon. Bye! Next, I've got 3 that are connected. I have CV Writing 101, Interning and Work Experience, and Job Hunting, because they're all connected and I think they're all very important to cover for once you've graduated.